Oh yeah, let's start fucking doing that. That'd be great.
From the shadows of New York's Manhattan skyline to Arizona's Valley of the Sun resides a radio program the world over has been waiting for. Hosted by two men no one has ever heard of. It's a place where idiocracy runs free and rarely a point is made. Kieran.
We're looking up something about something that doesn't exist, and then we're reading a quote that this dude just made up, and we're taking it as fact.
Rocket.
Yahoo Answers, the same place where people ask, I never had sex, can I get pregnant? That's the same place.
Together, these men will bring you laughter at any cost, even if that means sacrificing their own egos or well-being. So put your brains on standby. Sit back and relax. The boys have returned. Lunatic Radio starts now.
Bang, let's start the fucking show, eh?
Hello, my darlings. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the lunaticradio.com show. That's what we used to call it. It's called the Lunatic Radio Show now. I'm Kieran. That's Rock way over there in New York.
You.
Congratulations to the New England Patriots who are going to the Super Bowl again. Good for you fucking dicks. It's going to be the worst Super Bowl for a New Yorker if the Eagles beat the Vikings this week, which is the game happening right now, because New York is sandwiched right between Philadelphia and Boston, two fucking cities we don't like.
Oh, right. That's a good point. Never even think of that. Yeah. Look at you. Look at you thinking.
You know, I think outside the box, Rock. That's what I do.
Yo.
Welcome everybody listening live. Rock, the people coming in from the chat room, cool teacher. Hey, why does the live show that we're broadcasting right now say January 14th?
I don't know. We're live on YouTube. I don't know. It's on the website. It acts weird, and I really just don't have any interest in trying to figure it out.
Oh, there you go. You know, we're go-getters on this radio program and around the Lunatic Radio office.
It doesn't make sense. It's just supposed to be the live thing. I don't really know how this whole YouTube thing works. I hit the live stream, and it should go, and I don't know. It just doesn't want to.
What department in our giant offices should I email and tell them to fix?
Yeah, really, exactly. Yeah.
Live broadcast.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Is that HR? Do I go to HR about that?
I mean, I hit streaming, and I don't know why it's not streaming.
Yeah. By the way, 718-690-9290.
90.
Yeah, it's the phone number for if you want to call in and go, hey, you know, fuck Tom Brady. He's such a prick. He's a prick bastard. You know, you can do that. You can call and tell us about your how upset you are.
Right.
If you're a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, a Super Bowl, you know, get some new blood in there. Every year it's fucking Bill Belichick and goddamn Tom Brady. Oh God, how many times have they been in the Super Bowl?
5.
Huh?
5 together.
They've been there 5. They've won 5.
Yeah. Oh, right. So it's 7. I'm sorry. Right. They're 5-2. Yeah. So they've won 7.
Yeah, and they lost both of those to the New York Giants.
That's true.
That's right. Can't beat New York, Boston. Suck it.
Nope.
Yeah. So fucking Tom Brady again. We got to deal with that guy. What do you think? Oh, by the way, Leroy Jenkins in the studio.
By the way.
Leroy Jenkins!
So you excited about the playoffs, Rock?
I
don't think Rock gives a shit about being here today.
I'm thinking of, it's all right. You know, I don't know. I could really care less. I mean, now that the Patriots won, it seemed interesting, but it's like, all I'm hoping for is that the Vikings go to the Super Bowl so that they're, you know, at that first time that they're home, you know, that whole thing, home field advantage, so to speak. But
it's not looking so fucking good.
No, not right now.
No,
not right
they're down
now.
24/7. 24/7. Is that what it is right now?
But then again, they pulled it out last week, so who knows?
Yeah, that game was incredible. That one.
They got lucky. They got lucky last
They
week.
did.
Yeah.
They truly did. But
Halftime 24-7. Well, that sucks. I don't want Philadelphia to go. Why would I? Philadelphia sucks.
no one likes Philadelphia.
Well, you know what? We don't care. Super Bowl weekend will come around, and we'll all just go to our friend's house who's having this big party and eat some chips and talk about
Yeah.
routes.
It's a way to kill a Sunday.
Hey, did you do that fucking? Hey, how's the arthritis? You have that small talk with a guy by the chip bowl.
Is that where you're at in your life? You're talking about arthritis with people?
Yeah, and then it leads into like jerk off stories.
How do you go from arthritis to that would be an impressive segue. You go from arthritis to jerking off.
That is the fucking talent I possess, Rock. Everybody's got that little niche in life.
Yeah,
That's
right.
mine. I can take any fucking discussion about any topic and spin it into something about masturbation.
It's probably like, my arthritis is killing me. I can't jerk off anymore.
Oh, I get it. Oh, there you go. All right, so maybe it's not so crazy.
The powers that be didn't turn my right arm into a flamethrower, but they turned my brain into a fucking goddamn puzzle maker of how to, turn a conversation into a masturbation topic.
What do you asked me, but what are you thinking about the playoffs? What are your thoughts? What are Kieran's 2 cents?
Oh yeah, my hot
Yeah,
take.
what's your hot take on this playoff picture?
You know what my hot take is? Dan Le Batard is the worst excuse for a sports radio broadcast.
That's not nice. He's not bad. Come on. What'd he do now? What'd he do to you?
I can't understand how ESPN even hires, or anybody in their right mind would hire such an uninteresting, badly spoken broadcaster and call him the dude. You ever watch this goddamn show?
You're just jealous because you want to be the Stugatz.
No, I don't want to be Stu Gotts. He has a hacky dude named Stu Gotts on the show.
Come on, it's great. I love it. Come on.
What do you got? Stu Gotts. And then on his TV show, Dan Le Batard's TV show, he carts his fucking dad out there and sits panel guest, Dan and some other fucking idiot. And he literally is making fun of his dad because his dad can't speak English. You know what I mean?
His dad is.
He by having his dad on there who doesn't like really understand the English language 100% like everybody else does. It's making fun of him. It's making fun of him. Oh, he's the dopey Cuban who can't speak the language. But you know what I mean?
Don't we kind of do that to each other with this show? So what's the big deal?
Yeah, but we're Americans. Like we're not on ESPN, Rock. We're on ESPN. You're not on. We're not doing the LR Sports Show on ESPN, and you're not like subconsciously making fun of me because I'm retarded.
So you're saying that dad is not an American?
No, he is an American, but he can't speak the language. So it's like he's always having his dad do like just say shit like the Dan Le Batard show. It sounds like
or he'll do rap.
In
lyrics.
a way, I feel like Dan's poking fun of his own dad.
I see what you're saying. All right.
It's okay, man.
Fuck Dan Le Batard. That's what I think of the NFL playoffs, by the way.
What's the dad? Call him Poppy, right? Just call him Poppy. Right?
Karen's take on the playoffs are fuck Dan Le Batard. That's amazing.
Right.
I swear to God, I did this because I had this,
old Dano there,
me and my buddy TJ had a little water cooler moment this week at work, and we started talking about Dan Le Batard, and that's how I got on this whole fucking thing. So I was like, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna put on Dan Le Batard's show,
right,
and listen to it.
Sure. His
radio show. It's the worst fucking radio show in the history. He's not even there, by the way. It's Stu Gotts. It's Stu Gotts and some fucking dingy broad who literally sounds like she just got out of like freshman English to read the news about shit. Like she's scared of the microphone. Like, hello? Like she own the microphone if you're in broadcasting, talking to the grab it like a cock, suck it like, own it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Rock, this girl's on it. She's on a nationally syndicated radio show. I'm trying to make Rock laugh. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm looking at him on the monitor, and he's starting to laugh right now.
It's just terrible how you just grab it, and it's just like... Right. So wait. Just because maybe I missed something with the show. He's not in the same studio with them anymore.
No, he just wasn't there the day I got to listen.
Okay, sorry.
But it's Stu Gatz, who's like his right-hand man, and some girl hosting the show, and it was the most dreadful fucking thing ever. And then he's just bad. Like, it's bad. It's like, I guess they must not pay him. I hope they don't pay him well, because there's no reason to.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of am amused by his show. It's not that bad.
If Dan Le Batard wasn't on ESPN, and he wasn't on whatever radio state, I guess it's ESPN Radio in Miami.
Yeah.
And he was just a podcast that some schmo that just uploaded fucking shit to the iTunes and hope people listen to it. He would be like us, Rock. You wouldn't be able to find us.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to find him. You know what I mean? The reason why people know Dan Le Batard's name is because he works for ESPN. And the network is so giant that, people just tune into it because they know that's where sports is. And occasionally they find Dan Le Batard's on when they just flick on the channel.
You mean on the side, like when they show it on the show and they have that little side panel with the little phrases that they say and they keep track of it? You don't like that? You don't like how they have like a running list of phrases that they say?
See. Yes.
Oh, I see. You were just pulling Dan's dad's bit.
Yeah. Dan Le Batard. What do you think about Dan Le Batard there, Leroy Jenkins, our resident fucking critic?
Well, he's got two shows. He's got the Dan Le Batard's radio show on ESPN, and then he's got his dad's show. What is that one called?
Fuck yeah, what is that called?
Pardon the boredom.
Something like that. Anyway, the show. I like the show with his dad.
You like the show with his dad? That's the
dad's. I like
but
dad.
he's on both. Like his voice is on both. Dan Leba. I just want
Le Batard.
Lebatard.
Yeah, what is that other show called? Dan Leba. Yeah, what is that other show called?
See or No.
See. Oh yes, that's the segment. Yeah, he has a see or no segment.
Here's the Dan Le Batard vomiting on air. This is the Dan Le Batard show. If I can play this, it might not.
I'm taking it out of my hand like a grazing animal of some sort. Oh, he is showing love. Oh, eat the picture. Yes. Glorious.
Tastes terrible.
It does taste terrible.
All of it in there.
Tastes like, oof. That'd be an unpleasant thing to do. All right. Oof.
Swallow.
No, he's not going to swallow that. He's not going to swallow that.
Doesn't sound like a podcast, doesn't it? It sounds like awful.
Just up. He can't swallow that. Look at it. No.
Look at this commitment, though. This man is committed.
Can he swallow that? Is it a good idea to swallow that? Is that going to come?
No, there's some sound from the Dan Le Batard. ESPN in general is the worst. Like they have no one on there other than Tony Kornheiser, which I'll give him a shout, and Michael Wilbaum. Everybody else is completely fucking annoying. Everybody who's there is annoying. The Sports Center guys are annoying. Scott Van Pelt with his bald head at fucking midnight is becoming annoying because he's like the biggest figure on. He became a rumbling, bumbling, stumbling guy. He became that guy.
Right.
He's like the figurehead now. And the Sports Center guys come in and go, how's it? Trying to do like funky catchphrases so we can listen to their fucking goddamn reading sports highlights. Who gives a shit? And you got goddamn Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. fucking Smith.
Highly questionable.
Highly questionable. That was the show. Is it even on anymore?
You guys even having a conversation?
I liked it with Bomani Jones. Bomani Jones.
Bomani Jones. No, we like dragging out your rants because
They got Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, your boy.
Yeah, so he comes on. He's like, the New York fucking Knicks are the worst goddamn thing I've ever seen. Like he does this fucking stupid thing. He's like, the fucking New York Yankees, fucking pinstripe wearing motherfuckers are the worst fucking god ever. Like that's what it's like listening to Stephen A. Smith.
It's a little highs and lows of it. He kind of keeps you. It's a little drama.
Okay, it's soft-spoken. So, he's gonna blow up. It's soft-spoken, Stephen. Soft-spoken, Stephen. Loud-spoken, Stephen. It's fucking stupid. Like, who the fuck is this guy?
He's like Sakira sounds like at 11 o'clock at night. Starts off quiet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, are people with me on this?
Stephen A. Smith is a little obnoxious with his
himself,
his rants.
Like back when he got hired for ESPN, he must have had a segment somewhere along the lines of his early in his career where he's like, "It's Stephen A. Smith, and I got opinions." And people are like, "Wow, you were fucking real there. Why don't you just keep on doing that for the rest of your career?" God,
you gotta have some variety. When you're a 24-hour sports network, you have to have some variety, Karen. You can't have the Mike Francesa, book of sports radio.
Yeah, give me somebody with some fucking talent.
Oh shit!
Yeah, God, sports news. Give me somebody with some talent.
You like that girl, the one from Boston?
I like anything with a vagina.
She's on ESPN.
I just snorted. Go ahead.
Some girl on there. She's from Boston. ESPN. You ever catch her?
Oh. Linda Cohn.
No. Linda Cohn. Yeah, she's a fucking peach. Bring back Linda Cohn. Bring back somebody who's like, hey, the fucking Giants beat the goddamn fucking other team. This to that. Next fucking topic.
See, that you can't do that all day and all night. You need some variety.
What? That's what
I'm saying. That's why you have your Stephen A. Smiths.
Do I need 12 fucking different personalities to analyze a goddamn football game? No.
You got to make it interesting somehow.
It's not. Like, you watch the goddamn analyst show, you're like, oh, fuck, I got to wait a half hour before I get his take on it because there's 50 guys before him. You know? You got the comments, you got the lead.
It's a round table.
He's like, oh, the Eagles are beating the Vikings 24-7 at halftime. Let's go around the horn and get all your opinions. It takes 50 minutes to go around the horn.
And that's the whole show, and then they're out.
Right?
Katie Nolan?
Katie Nolan. Yeah, I'd fucking...
Wait, I thought she's on Fox. Katie Nolan?
ESPN.
She's on Cox Rock? Fox. Oh, you said Fox.
Wait a minute, Katie. Yeah, she had that show like Garbage Time or something like that. Is that who I'm thinking of? Yeah.
Oh.
No, is that her? No, I don't think that's the person I'm thinking of. Oh no, it is her. Yeah.
She should host the show called Cuckold Sports. I don't know what that means, but it'd be great if she hosted it. You tell me they stick a fucking show on called Cuckold Sports, hosted by Katie Nolan, and hammer it right between Party Interruption and fucking Dan Lebatard, whatever the fuck he's doing. You tell me who's gonna fucking win the ratings fucking out of those three? It's gonna be the Cuckold Sports, hosted by Katie Nolan.
Yeah, they're putting their money on this girl because they need to like shake it up. So they're going with some. They're going for some young lady maneuver.
Katie Nolan. Yeah. Ooh, at Katie Nolan on Twitter, by the way. For all your Nolan needs, you know what I'm saying?
How's Michelle Beadle doing? Is she still around?
You know.
What's she doing?
Yep. I like Michelle Beadle.
That's what I'm saying. Where's she at? Is she still doing it?
Yeah, you know.
She was better before she left.
For some reason, Michelle Beadle can't find a fucking boyfriend. I don't understand that.
Because I remember I had my theory.
Mm-hmm.
What's your theory about Michelle Beadle? Mm-hmm. By the way, this is our NFL playoff recap.
Right. Yeah, we're still in it. Don't think we're done with it.
I don't think we're done.
Well, Leroy, you remember what my theory was?
I don't know.
Oh, that she plays for the other team.
Oh, she's a what do you call it, Rock? One of them lesbians. Oh, look at Katie Nolan.
I love how you start up the music.
All right, I'm having a great time right now, and in this Sunday night doing a radio show. I got a picture of Katie Nolan's titties in front of me.
Stop it! No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Katie Nolan's titties right there. You can't see it because you're on a fucking camera.
Where? Like from where? On where? A Twitter page?
Katie Nolan looks like.
Wait, slow down. Where is that picture?
I don't know. Leroy just found it. Leroy.
It's the dark web of Leroy Jenkins.
Google
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins on the dark web right now.
Rock, Google Katie Nolan garbage time and do images.
That's the secret sauce for Katie Nolan garbage time.
Joke secret sauce?
Garbage time.
Garbage time. Right, that's the name of her show.
Why would they put the hot chick on a show called Garbage Time? Like when all the fucking
come on, that's the hip and you got to use all these hip and like all those like kind of like pseudo terminology that they use in sports. That's like all the rage right now, Kieran. It's like like everyone's using the terms like curated or artisanal. Now it's cool to call like sports programs, random terminology that sportscasters use during live games, like garbage time. We're in garbage time. Right. So now we're going to name a show Garbage Time or Busted Coverage. Busted Coverage. We're going to call a show Busted Coverage.
Now Leroy Jenkins is showing me, he's passing me across the studio console gifs of Katie Nolan dancing with their titties out. They're not out, but they're bouncing. So I'm picturing them.
That's a comedy. That's a comedy pyramid, like sports show names, like shitty sports show names.
How many dudes that run a 4.340 have been up inside that? You know what I'm saying?
just had a.
Yeah, did you hear the thud of his fucking beer? That's all it was. That's the only reaction to that last line. Was just. What the hell is that?
More sports music.
Slam dunk.
Man, that's when I wish I had that little soundbite from that song "Linger." Did you have to let it linger?
By the way, new TV show for maybe Spike, Dark Web with Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, fun fact: Spike is no longer around. I just found that out.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's called the Paramount Network. Paramount was actually the mothership, if you will, and they kind of just gave up with all of this Spike bullshit. It's just called the Paramount Network.
Oh, all right. Well, fuck that. All right.
Gonna have to come up with something else, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So Katie Nolan.
It looks like Katie Nolan. It looks like the Eagles are gonna play fucking goddamn Patriots in the Super Bowl. Or in the third quarter, it's 30-7.
That'll probably be the best ratings. Scenario.
Is that East Coast biased over there?
It is East Coast biased, but you got to think that they are the bigger markets. Minnesota, the only reason why Minnesota would have been nice was for that, playing at home thing. But from an NFL standpoint, this was their best case scenario. Kind of interesting that it's actually happening. Makes you wonder, Kieran.
Makes me wonder about what, Rock?
If everything's fixed.
Yeah. I do believe that every time the Patriots play at Foxborough, somebody gets a little fucking a liberal with the time clock.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, because a couple times there've been some like 1 second left on the clock, and that 1 second takes about 30 seconds to fucking finally pull up. Like it's 3, 2, 1.
Or if they have the ball, it goes 10-0.
Yeah, that was a little fishy up there. By the way, 718-690-9290.
Yeah, no one's calling in. I think just cool teachers checking in today. No one cares anymore.
No one cares that we do radio shows anymore.
No. Only cool teacher cares.
Cool teacher cares.
She does. Very much so.
I don't know if I want to get into the fucking other complaining shit I was going to do.
Why not?
It's like the complain show.
That's what we do,
Oh, yeah. Michael and Jameel. That's the other one on ESPN that I hate.
Didn't they have a show on Comedy Central?
Do they? You know that one, Michael and Jameel?
And then he directed Get Out recently. Wasn't that one of them?
It's real opinionated chick girl.
Right. They used to be Numbers Don't Lie, and then they became His and Hers, and then they became,
always trying to rebrand it because,
there's nothing there.
They should call it Jameel and the Guy That Can't Talk.
Oh, that's not nice.
I can't
Shannon
understand.
Sharp isn't on that show.
No. Michael, what's his name? Mike, what's the guy in the mic? Can you bring
Michael Key, Keegan Key, and Jordan Peele?
No,
Keegan Michael Key or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
is it
Keegan Michael Key and Jamel.
Kegel's Mike and
Jamel
Michael?
Peel.
Kegel. Doing her kids. She's doing her Kegels.
Kegel, Mike and Key. What?
What do you want to know?
What the fuck are you talking
Who
about?
shot who in the what now?
Got what?
Jamel Peel.
Jamel Peel. That's not her name.
Yeah. Keegan Michael Key.
Keegan Michael Key and Jameel Peel.
Yeah.
That ain't a. What is the name of that goddamn show?
Noise. Get noise.
Nice.
Michael,
This is funny. Leroy Jenkins spot on tonight. I love it.
Michael and
We just need to play some Jackal music and we're all good.
Michael and Jameel.
Michael Keegan Jameel.
Michael Keegan Jameel.
Yeah, who's the,
He's fucking rocking some shit over there.
It's fucking funny. All right.
Oh,
Who cares?
yeah.
It's Michael Smith
Oh, is he related to
and Jameel Hill.
Oh no.
What are you laughing
Lisa
at?
Bonet.
I don't know what we're laughing
Sorry.
at right now.
I'm sorry.
Rock? Who's the girl from 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, Kieran kept bringing it up. The one that was on the.
Oh wait, is the show named Fecal and Matter?
God, that's terrible. That's fucking terrible.
School teacher right there in the chat room.
What?
Michael Keaton and Jameel.
Who was the woman from 2 weeks ago we talked about?
It was like,
I have no idea.
Michelle
DePandy.
DePandy.
Oh yeah, Michelle.
Michelle DePandy.
It's Julia DePandy, who became Julia fucking
Louise. Dreyfus.
Styles.
Oh yeah, but anyway, that
Yeah.
Michael and Jameel.
Yeah, what about them? You don't like that? Oh, come on, they were good. They were good.
No, because it's Jameel on there like, the fuck, Tom Brady's the greatest fucking quarterback. What do you think, Mike? I don't even know.
Whoa! I am not part of that.
No,
Oh,
hey,
no.
I
He
am
can't-
not part of that sort of thing.
He can't talk. That's what I'm getting to.
It's okay.
It's okay for me to say he can't talk because there's a million people that watch him every day going, I can't fucking hear this guy. There are.
Get a clip. Bring it up.
Fucking god damn it.
What?
Keegan
Keegan
Kegels.
Kegels.
Michael?
Is she not even? I don't think she's even on anymore because she made some comments about the president, right?
No.
James Todd Smith.
All right.
Now we're just saying people's names.
Yesterday.
Not comfortable.
Was it extreme to go Chris waiting to exhale and Angela Bassett on everybody and cut up everybody's jersey? Yes.
Of course, I bring up the
I don't
clip
know. I
where he's
can
actually
understand him pretty well, Kieran. I don't know what you were trying to imply there.
screaming. That's why you can hear him. Here's another one. Let me fucking play this.
Next, 6'4", 278-pound Penn State defensive lineman Anthony Zettel is getting ready for his senior season by doing this. Like, why?
You're all first team, all Big Ten defensive tackle, 42 tackles, 8 sacks, 3 picks last year. This isn't impressive. This is insane. That's insane to me. Are you impressed by this?
Yes. Like, why would I have to be?
I don't know. It's me. Maybe it's me. I guess it is me. I can't understand him because when he talks fast. He's got the same thing Shannon Sharp's problem. Shannon Sharp had an idea. Like anytime he had a thought, he tried to spit it out in rapid fire, and you just couldn't understand him. That's kind of what Michael Smith has. He has bad diction. That's all I'm trying to say.
Right.
By the way, this is our NFL playoff recap.
Right. In case you were wondering. He has bad diction.
Did you get that clip of Shannon Sharp after the Georgia-Alabama game?
Oh yeah, you sent me that.
Yeah.
He's just so uninteresting to me. He does nothing fucking.
What did you send him? Outboardmotor.wave?
We get it, Rock.
Sorry.
You don't have to do
I
this.
just wanted to, though.
Shannon, what you think of the Super Bowl?
It's terrible. The only reason we can make fun of these people is because they're rich and they're famous and they're qualified.
Right.
Give me a demo of him talking to Skip Bayless.
Michael, what is his
name?
Did you ever
play NBA Jam? Because it's kind of like that. The ball bounce.
Yeah, let's see.
You're not gonna find it, Keegan Michael Key.
Here's Shannon Sharp. This is Shannon Sharp talking right here.
There it is.
Wow. That's a great opinion, Shannon. Thank you for that commentary. Hopefully. All right, Shannon Sharp. You want to hear Shannon Sharp? Shannon. We've been talking about Shannon Sharp, how him being an awful broadcaster. We've been talking about him for fucking years.
He's got a lot of insight.
He does.
Shannon Sharp declares Tom Brady's injured hand is a big fat nothing burger. All right, let's listen to this. Yeah. Oh, of course, there's got to be they got to sell
well,
an
it
ad
was.
for
He
this.
just had like a cut on it, and it just turned out to be nothing.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, he played today. He did pretty well today.
Yeah. He did stitches. He got stitches.
Oh, he's fine. He's playing in the Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He got stitches.
Yeah.
This is a big fat nothing burger. With all the dressings and all the sides, Skip Bayless. You know it.
Blip, blip.
Here's some Skip Bayless. I fucking hate this guy.
Yeah. A big fat nothing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is. This is another Baker Mayfield situation. You see what they're doing here, Joey?
You just compared Tom Brady.
What's happening?
What's that right there? You see what you're doing? Yeah. See what I'm doing there? Yeah.
What does he do?
He's scatting.
Tom Brady.
I said a Baker Mayfield situation. If he loses, he was under the weather all week. You know, it was so tough for him. I didn't know how he was going to be able to come out here and play. And then when he wins, he banged his throwing hand on Wednesday.
Did you hear Baker Mayfield at the
All right, yeah, that's all I could do. I mean, just fucking like you put a guy on who really doesn't have a mastery of the English language, doesn't have the ability to enunciate too well,
Right.
and he's talking about nothing topics. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? It's three strikes right there.
He's a character.
He's not.
Yeah, he is.
He's a guy who played football, and yeah, I guess he is. Like maybe you're right.
And he has insight as well. He does. He's got a different insight that nobody else can give you.
Right.
Stephen A. Smith
How
won't give you.
not to communicate on a perfectly working broadcasting platform.
We're still doing the football playoff segment, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
We're still here.
We're still here.
Still here. Yeah, there we are. Still there. Yeah, no, he's awful. Like Shannon Sharp gets the best microphones you can buy.
Right.
He gets the best lighting, the best audio levels, the best audio software to make his voice sound the best. Everything is clear, soundproof studio, and he can't deliver shit. He can't deliver shit. Yeah.
He's chanting.
Yeah. Fucking wop 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 yeah. Stupid asshole. ESPN, the worldwide leader in shit.
Actually, he's on Fox though.
Right. Oh, whatever. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Fuck. Skip Bayless. They pay these guys like $8 million a year. Ugh. I don't make that rock.
No, I guess not.
All right. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and start the radio.
By the way, go to the website, donations if you like.
Oh, yeah. Donations on the website. Donations, Lunatic Radio Show. If you'd like to make a donation to the radio show, go log on to lunaticradio.com and select the donation button. You can do a recurring donation, or you can just, pay a one-time thing if you want.
Are we really taking a break?
Yeah, taking a break, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about the fucking moon landing.
Wow. All right.
Wow, we did 45 minutes of fucking nothing. So we'll take
It was a big nothing burger.
Nothing. It was a big nothing burger.
We just did a big nothing burger. All right, taking a break. Come back, more lunaticradio.com show right after these words.
Kieran and Rock. Lunaticradio.com.
If you are a proud supporter of lunaticradio.com show and you like to see this show flourish, or just Rock and I become alcoholics, you can donate to the lunaticradio.com show by simply going on our website. Rocket, fire away.
Yes, absolutely. Donations. Go to the website, lunaticradio.com, and select from one of the options, even a recurring amount, or simply just give whatever you feel. Anything and everything is appreciated and helps pay for any of the expenses for the show and helps us keep going and, not have to dig out of our pockets. And we appreciate, again, anything you can give.
Right. So give a shit and give us a donation.
Well, give money. Don't give a shit.
Oh, right. I can go on about that one. So log on to the lunaticradio.com website if you would be so kind and give us a donation. It would be great.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Yes.
From the lunaticradio.com show.
All right, Emo Tony's going to get up on stage. Everybody welcome Emo Tony!
The actual patrons here are disgusted.
Emo Tony has stepped up on stage, coming in at 420 pounds. He's wearing a t-shirt that says, "Boobies make me smile." It's Emo Tony, everybody. And he's dancing. Don't half-ass it. Go ahead, Emo. Yeah.
He's on the pole.
He's on the pole. He's working the pole.
He's getting into it.
He's getting into it. Pro. He just dropped down to it.
He is a pro.
Shaking his badunkadunk.
Look at this guy getting into it.
Emo Tony is up on stage dancing.
The dancers are going wild.
He's showing his stomach. I see a little ass crack.
I'm ready to go home.
Wow.
That's it. Night's over.
What was that pose, Bob?
He's got to do some pole tricks.
Emo Tony
Look
shaking
at this
his
guy
ass.
go.
His ass is his shorts are falling down. He's smacking his ass.
Tony.
He's doing like the Ride 'em Cowboy type of thing.
He's getting tipped. He's having money thrown at him.
People are throwing money at him. This is unbelievable. This is a first in the history of Bluffs.
Oh no, the shirt's coming off.
Oh, the shirt is coming off.
Oh no.
Oh God, this is sinful. Sinful.
Emo Tony. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Now those are some tits, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
He's built like a female dog.
What is he doing?
Oh! Oh! Ronnie Beans is here. Everybody grab a microphone. Ronnie Beans
Get on the
is
mic,
here.
Ronnie.
Ronnie Beans used to co-host the radio show. Grab the mic, Ron.
That pole is
Emo Tony
bowling.
is shirtless on stage. He's grabbing the pole. The pole might break.
Yes.
They're gonna have to clean that thing afterwards.
The pole is bending.
Wow. The pole is
It's shaking.
Bending.
By the way, who invited the Michelin Man?
and Emo Tony is exhausted.
I thought it was a no crack week.
Emo is winded. I think he's gonna pass out at the end of the stage when the song is over.
He's pacing himself.
Hey, the stamina in this kid.
For the dancers,
Sandwich underneath one of his tits.
one of the dancers is holding up Tony's "Boobies Make Me Smile" shirt.
It's terrible.
Boobies do not make me smile right now.
No.
Emo Tony's ass is showing. People are throwing dollars at him. I believe it's the strippers paying back the
The
club.
strippers are sending money back.
I think he's out of
Girls are just throwing money at him.
They're giving him a refund.
He's shirtless.
He's out of gas. He's out of gas.
He's out of gas, everybody.
Tony is gassed.
Oh God.
Down destruction comes.
Somebody get him
my
off the stage
Lord.
before he passes out.
He's continuing. All right, he's being waved off. Emo Tony.
Yeah, Emo Tony.
Good job.
Congratulations, Emo Tony.
Get your money, Tony. Don't forget your money.
Tony's the man.
Give it up for Emo Tony.
That Paul has seen better days.
Ronnie Beans joins us. I tell you what, the two guys who are here not for the show are disgusted by what just happened. That was unbelievable.
I picked the wrong week to stop getting lap dances.
Wow.
Johnny Emo has outdone himself.
Kieran and Rock. LunaticRadio.com.
Twitter doesn't give me these problems.
Kieran and Rock are on social media.
Why can't you just like me?
Be sure to like and follow Lunatic Radio on Twitter.
Rocket, you gotta get naked. Take off your pants. Do something.
Sweet.
Don't say sweet.
Oh, I listen to you.
Okay.
So if you say take them off, I shall.
Twitter.com/Lunatic Radio.
They're already naked, aren't they?
I feel like I have hair on my microphone. That's why I've been blowing into it, if you're people listening.
Twitter.com/Lunatic Radio.
Nice yes.
Kieran and Rock have returned.
I had in my hand a bunch of condoms, KY, lube, and a sixer. Or you would like to call it a good time.
LunaticRadio.com.
What up? What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Lunatic Radio Show. Rocket. Yeah, there he is.
What's up? What's up?
By the way, 718-690-9290 to call into the radio program. I'm just fucking hitting the wrong pods.
Are we still doing a football segment?
No.
We're done with that?
I would say, did you see that the president, Rock?
Your boy.
Yeah, he got all frisky with Stormy Daniels, apparently.
Yeah, that's what the word's going around right now.
Apparently, she spanked him.
Aw.
With like a Forbes magazine or something.
All right.
I can't believe this fucking guy.
I really, you know what? I've heard about it, but I honestly am like kind of over all these stories. It's like I'm kind of just done with the president. So it's like, like what is going on? Like what happened with this one? Because I heard about it, but I didn't read into it much. What's the deal with this?
He met Stormy Daniels at a golf tournament in Nevada in 2006. And from there, apparently he wanted to have the old relations with her.
Ooh.
And she claims that that never happened, but apparently she forgot that she gave an interview in 2011 detailing it. That he was just kind of like who knows what to believe anymore? Because I don't know. I read the things that people publish, and I go, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, right. Right.
You know, I don't know if it's rumor or not. So, but apparently he just likes the old missionary position, where it's like belly to belly,
right?
And that was what it was. And then there's this other thing that just came out that he wanted to be spanked. I think with a Forbes magazine with a picture of himself on the cover. Now, I can't believe that that's fucking true, but you know what? He is a fucking complete narcissist, so who knows?
Who knows, right?
But I do believe that he is not a faithful person because, you know, he has actually married people he was having affairs with.
Right, right.
You know? So there you go. He's not a good fucking guy. Now, he's leading the country, so you know we're tired of it all.
That's basically what we're getting at.
We're tired.
Guess what?
We're beating it down. We're done.
We're only 25% of the way through his term.
I know. I still don't believe he's gonna make 4 years, but whatever. Doesn't even matter. Does anybody even give a shit? I mean, he's a president of the United States. We should be like not done with him. We should be like, oh fuck, you know, what does he have to say about this? No, we are done. We are done because he's just fucking shooting off. He spends his whole day watching TV and shooting off at the mouth about shit. And Rock sent me a news story apparently about the fake ballistic missile that alarm that was sounded in Hawaii.
Yeah, did you hear about this? That in Hawaii last week or this past week, there was everyone that sent to their phones and onto the roadways, the overhead signs, the electric signs, all sort of means of communication was announcing that there was a ballistic missile incoming, and that it clearly said this is not a drill. So
Right.
everyone thought in the on Hawaii that this was really happening. And then I don't know how long it was, like 40 minutes later or so. It took a really long time. They sent a follow-up that said that was by mistake. And now the FCC is going to try to find out what the hell took them so long to, like, you know, rescind it and why it happened and all that. I don't know. I haven't heard anything since, but in my trolling of the news feeds, I came across this story and I sent it to Kieran because I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting and all that, what happened.
Right. Yeah. Apparently, after 9 a.m., when the news broke that was a fake missile coming, everybody rushed to the porn sites to celebrate.
What a weird thing.
There was a spike, what is it, a 48% spike in porn traffic at the hour of 9 a.m. Sunday morning. Sunday morning, you're fucking mixing up a bet.
You know, when you realize you have a second chance at life, you know, you might as well get the quick stuff out of the way, you know, just kind of, you know, check it off the list.
Start the new lease on life with a bat.
That's right. A clean slate and an empty sack.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I'm gonna stay off right with an empty sack.
I just said that.
I know. That's the charm of me, Rock.
It's just interesting because, like, you know, that's the side less known about, you know, these major porn sites out there that, you know, they're collecting tons and tons of data, and, you know, how people react, what people do, when they do it, how they do it, you know, any sort of information that they could gather. And it was just kind of an interesting thing to see that, you know, first there was a massive drop, which was very understandable, but
77% drop.
77% drop, which is understandable. But there's still that, 23% of the people like, you know what? This is way more important.
I'm just going to leave this on.
Yeah, this is just, you know, this is too good of a scene.
Hey, by the way, I sent
Missile
Kieran-
schmissile.
I sent Kieran another thing about Pornhub did this statistic type thing
Yeah.
where they took search words from every state in the union, basically. And he's not going to bring it up because you forgot about it.
What? Can you not do, like, paraphrase?
Yeah.
It's on your phone.
I know,
man.
but why do I have to do it? You can say it.
Come on, the Leroy Jenkins version.
Yeah, you're a part of the fucking show. You can say whatever.
Let me
is
look
on
up
your-
the thread that I sent Kieran, then I can find
Oh,
out.
All I see is most popular search results on Pornhub. There you go. Is that it?
Yeah.
My fucking browser just froze up, so that's great. What is it? Do you know anything of it? Did you read it? Did you?
Yeah. It says something about.
We're sounding like a Michael and Jamil show right now. It's something about something. Yeah. Some of it. I honestly can't even go through the website. It sucks. It's like frozen up.
Most popular search terms by state.
Oh.
And I guess like one would be hentai. Do you know what that
What the
is,
fuck is
Rock?
hentai?
What is hentai?
Wait, isn't hentai like some sort of like ink drawings? I thought that was
Yeah, I
like ink
think-
drawings on tattoo. That's a what?
Google that real quick. HENTAI.
What the fuck is that? Also,
Like California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Utah. I think
the
Utah's
fuck
in
is
there.
this? Hentai videos?
What is a hentai?
Google.
Oh, it's like, isn't it like Japanime? Like, or anime? Yeah, it's like animated shit. That's what it
I
is.
guess most states Googled cheerleader. And then
I like that.
A couple of them, like Vermont, New
Kieran's on
Hampshire.
board.
That might have been my state. Cheerleaders. I like the MILF.
Yeah, MILF's in there.
It's always like the stepmother one. I like the stepmother
That's
one.
Delaware.
Oh, really?
I think it's
Wait, now I
Delaware.
feel really stupid. What is those ink drawings that people do on their bodies? You know, like the temporary. I thought that was called
Hemp.
No, those are no, that's,
Hemp tattoo.
Oh,
henna.
henna.
tattoo.
That's it.
Henna.
All right.
Hemp.
I was like, I was like, then if hentai is this, and what was I thinking of? All right, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Is that it with that?
Wait. So what was Arizona?
I think they were. I lost it, man. Fucking. He was supposed to print this shit out and have it all ready for the show.
Lost it.
No,
that was a great story.
Montana,
it had legs.
Montana was 3 girls, 1 guy.
No way. That's great.
North Dakota was squirting. And I think South Dakota was MILF.
North Dakota was anything not in North Dakota.
West Virginia was smoking.
Smoke. I've seen that. I saw a Christy Mack porno and she was just smoking cigarettes, banging some guy, and I'm like, that was just the weirdest fucking
That's
thing.
pretty impressive, no? Is that like
Yeah, she was just like, smoking and riding. I like that Christy Mack. Too bad what happened to her.
Relative terms searched more often when compared to other states. Do not come challenge. I guess that's in North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Giantess in Wisconsin.
Giant. The people are into
What
giantess.
the fuck is giantess?
I think fucking really big broads.
What do you mean, like heavy? Like heavy in weight?
I don't know.
Like tall?
Big broads? I don't
Like
know.
fucking
I have no.
WNBA
Come on,
players?
Leroy. What is it?
I haven't searched it.
WNBA.
Well, what do you what do you what do you think it is, Leroy? Give a fucking
I'm
take
thinking like
Take a stab there, bro.
Giant.
Take a shot in the dark. Take a shot in the dark. Take a shot in the dark. What do you think?
Yeah.
Just giant people.
Yeah.
Like
Big girl.
if like Andre the Giant was still alive,
Like
he would
super
probably
tall.
search giantism.
Yeah.
Because he wants to see
Well,
giant
wait, how do you?
people.
Hold on. Let me pull up a Google search. What? How do you? How do you
Giantism?
spell it?
Giant. GIANTESS.
ESS. Oh, giantess.
Yeah.
Giantess? Giantess
That
porn?
that is correct.
What the? F-
There's no.
North Carolina's ebony. Ebony anal.
Oh yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Giantess? I don't even think that giant.
I don't know. It gave me a whole bunch of images of like these weird like 3D things, like, and nothing seems to be related.
Say giantess porn.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
just
it
Googled.
is. It's like oh, you know what it is? It's like super. Because it's like I think it's like a Japanese thing. I got to see if this is consistent. I think it's like, you know, where the camera makes it seem like you're really small, and then the woman looks really, really big. That's basically all that means.
Yeah, they want a giant, like, oh boy, that's not good. I'm looking at some bad things here.
This is like this is the dark web.
Giantess porn videos on Pornhub.com. Yeah, they look animated though. They're all animated.
Yeah. People are really into that animated shit. No, people don't want real people. That's why, Kieran, I don't know. I think you said something like people just gonna have those robot chicks in the future because
I've seen the new ones. Like the New York Post is writing articles about them. Like, oh, actually, I saw some photographer on Instagram. They literally made these sex dolls after actual models, and dude, the resemblance is like fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man.
It's only gonna get better too, you know.
It's only gonna get better, and then they're gonna be like little AI machines, and then you're just gonna be like, we don't need a broad anymore.
Hey, Rock, you watched the Viceland. You see that show that's coming out on the 24th called Slut Ever?
Oh yeah, I saw the previews for that. That seems kind of interesting. See what that's gonna be about.
I'm thinking about
Slut Ever. It's like all about like different, ways people explore their sexual lifestyles. I just can't wait for Kieran to have like his sex robot as a co-host. He's gonna take over for me. It's just be Kieran in his sex bot.
Just like having Leroy Jenkins in here.
Here's an interesting
that works on so many levels.
Statistic they did, right? What's wrong?
Can you turn on that light, by the way? It's fucking dark in here.
Average time spent per visit.
Oh, that's a good one. Let's see. So the question is, how much is the average viewer viewing on a porn website?
U.S. average. What's the U.S. average, you think?
11 minutes.
Oh, pretty good, Rock. 10 minutes and 33 seconds.
Hey, come on. That counts. It's right there.
I spend more time searching for the right clip.
Kieran wants the right move for the right situation.
Mississippi was the highest with 11 minutes and 33 seconds.
Aww. Still the big question that I just don't understand is, how do these sites make money?
don't know. But I get advertising. You always get those advertisements.
Do people click on that shit? Like, are people really clicking on all this shit? Are we still in the football break? Are we still doing the football segment?
Oh yeah, we're still doing the football thing. We're on the porn. We're on the porn.
Cream pie is another
language.
You know what cream pieing is, Leroy Jenkins?
No, is it like a facial type of deal?
It's
like a facial type of deal.
It's similar how like they would make a jelly donut. They take a thing, they stick it in there, and they fill it with the goo.
Okay.
That's what a man would do with his
stick his dick in a donut.
Yeah, no, he put his goo stick inside the vagina and fill it with goo. It's called cream pie.
Oh, what's in the box?
Cream pie.
Wyoming is furry.
Furry?
No, it's a beautiful state, Wyoming. It's not furry.
Oh, I get it.
What
People
about
really still into that whole furry shit?
Orgy in New York, huh? Yeah. That makes sense. I went to an orgy fucking party in New York City.
Really? You did? What?
Never. I told you about that story. I didn't know where I was going, and I went to some sex party, and everybody was fucking banging in the back rooms.
Oh, right.
It was like 70s porn like this.
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah, that's what it sounds. Nightmare.
I'm just a caveman. Your world frightens and confuses me.
This is what Rock and I used to do on the old shows. Just sit back. Just nonsense. This music's fucking remarkable. All right, should I go on about my
show?
My hacking moon landing fucking thing?
Oh yeah, please.
Oh, just gonna get some moon landing music on.
Yeah, I gotta get some space music, maybe. Let's get some space music.
David Bowie or something?
David Bowie's dead. Isn't David Bowie dead?
Yes.
I watched that documentary, the life of David Bowie. It was not fun.
I can't believe how much the Eagles are just destroying the Vikings. This is crazy. How good were the Eagles in this year? Really good.
Yeah, even their backup, fucking great. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I watched this documentary this week, and about the Voyager. You know, the Voyager they built in well, they had the idea for in 1972. Built this like little thing that would travel, you know, to Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, fucking all these, and get images of planets so they can have you know, a better idea what they look like and what they do and what blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I'm watching this documentary. It's like 2 hours, and it's about the Voyager fucking program, and you know, it had all the like the engineers, everybody who worked on it was always doing these little interviews and blah 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 blah. And I watched this whole fucking thing, you know, and I found it odd that the Voyager program started like 10 years after, you know, all the Apollo missions, like the go to the moon and this.
Right.
But not one of these dudes in this documentary, not one of these engineers, not one of these rocket scientists, not one of these dudes, not one of them made any fucking mention of the goddamn Apollo program or the technology used. We use similar technology to what they used in Apollo and landing on the moon and this. Not one fucking thing. And I was like, that's a little odd.
Right.
Like, strange. Because in the Voyager documentary, they explained that the technology they possessed in 1972 was like the equivalent to like a remote key start that you would use to, you know, start your car. That's kind of what they developed the Voyager using. Like, they didn't have, the technology wasn't like crazy like blow your mind type of shit. And I'm like, okay, that's weird too, because apparently this Voyager program started 10 years after we've already landed 13 different people on the fucking moon.
Right.
All right, so then I was just like, okay, how fucking far is the goddamn moon from the surface of the Earth?
20, 30 blocks?
239,000 miles.
Yeah.
239,000 miles.
Pretty far.
The farthest we've been into outer space since then is like 254 miles. 254 miles as compared to 239,000 miles.
Wait, 254 miles past it, or just 254 miles? Period.
From sea level to the point of which we traveled in is 254. That's where the space station is. It's 254 miles up.
Wow. Wait, and the moon is 200. How far?
239,000 miles.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're telling me, on mileage alone,
right?
You're telling me that in 1962, 2 years after our president made a speech, John F. Kennedy, we're gonna beat the Russians to the moon, and we do it 2 years after he says that. You're telling me you flew motherfuckers 239,000 miles into the fucking outer space, landed a motherfucker on a goddamn planet, got him off the planet, and flew him back through the goddamn heat shield?
Yeah, right.
I don't think so. I don't think you did that, because we haven't been more than, I think, 620 kilometers into space since then. None of the Challenger, Endeavour, none of those fucking things ever went that deep into space. They were like inner space, not outer space. They were in inner space.
But don't you think it's the mission? I mean, now they're just going up there to drop off a satellite.
Right. Yeah. Right. It's different types of missions. But you're telling me you flew 6 human beings or 3 human beings 239,000 miles into outer space in 1962, landed them on a planet that got out with all these doom buggies and shit, and they went bouncing around. They fucking put a flag in there. They had a doom buggy up there. Like, if they had a doom buggy,
right.
Most people can't bring their car when they go camping. You know what I mean? They had a fucking doom buggy up there. Yeah, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it, because when I was watching this Voyager documentary, and they're sending this fucking Voyager up there, and it's taking pictures of these planets via the same type of camera they would probably have on the goddamn Apollo, or they gave the astronauts to take photos of on the moon. These images this fucking thing shot back of these planets were so much more grainy than the images 10 years prior of the astronauts took on the moon. So much more.
You mean the pictures that he took of themselves on the moon?
Yeah, like probably the ones from a handheld camera and whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I mean, obviously it's different because the Voyager is actually remotely sending these images back to Earth. I can understand maybe they had to compress the file a little bit or something in order for to, get back to Earth or something. I can understand why it might be a little bit more. It wouldn't be HD.
Well, they're not taking the pictures from the surface of the moon, are they? They're taking it from a distance from the moon, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So
well, the images, yeah, the images that the Voyager, they were just the ones that the Voyager was sending back were way worse than the images of the moon landing and all that shit.
Well, the moon landing was probably done with a fucking Polaroid.
Right, I get that. Yeah, no, I get that.
It's crazy though.
But all right, so I'm looking this shit up, Rock.
Yeah.
he's half asleep.
No. I'm listening because it's kind of interesting, because you kind of bringing up a good point.
So I'm like, okay. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna find Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, your boy.
I'm gonna look up Neil deGrasse Tyson.
First, you had to spell it right.
Yeah, it took me a while. Neil and the Grass Tyson. No, that's not it.
Neil Patrick Harris.
So I'm like, okay, Neil's probably had to have somebody probably had asked him somewhere, some fucking speech about his idea about the moon landing. And the only thing Neil would say, and he gave a speech about this, was that, okay, the blah, 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 so-and-so rocket had enough fuel to send astronauts to the moon and back. It was equipped with enough fuel in this rocket where the The Apollo things, the space capsules at the top of the rocket and the rest of the rocket. It's a giant fucking rocket.
Right.
But it had a fuel. That's the only thing he could say is that, yes, it had enough. This rocket had enough fuel to get to the moon and back. That's the only. He didn't go on to say, okay, yes. He didn't explain how the fucking capsule up there lands on the moon. He didn't explain anything like that. The only thing he said was that the rocket had enough fuel to get to the moon and back.
Right.
But it also made me question too. I was like, the rocket breaks apart. Doesn't it break apart and the capsule just keeps on going up there? The little fucking Apollo rover thing with the guys in it?
Yeah.
Like the rocket's gone. So who gives a shit about the rocket? The rocket's not making the return trip.
Well, what he's saying is it had enough fuel to accomplish that mission scientifically.
I don't buy it, dude. The mileage alone doesn't make sense to me. I get gravity and they travel a lot. They're not traveling 300 miles an hour in outer space. They're traveling like 17,000 miles or 17,500 miles an hour. I think that's what the shuttle did, at least. I don't buy it. I don't buy that they fucking flew all the way 239,000 miles in outer space, landed on a fucking planet you have no clue about, really. No hands-on experience landing a machine on another planet. But you're telling me they did it in 1962 in a space rush with the Russians.
69. I think it was 69.
62, 69, whatever the fuck it was. You're telling me they fucking did that? When in 1972, the technology they used to build the Voyager, which was just a fucking piece of shit looking satellite, they spent $16 billion on that thing, the Voyager. You're telling me there's no fucking way. Not in my mind. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. Now, of course, like every fucking American these days, I did not go and find information on the internet to disprove my theory. So I'm just going to go based on, I didn't look up any of the footage from the moon landing. I didn't look up any of that. I didn't want to.
I mean, that whole movie, Hidden Figures, that talked about, all the math that they had to figure out and, with the what is it called? Like,
I know, Apollo 13.
Reinserting into Earth, whatever the terminology is.
Re-entry.
Right.
So
I mean, the image of like the guy returning.
Yeah. So like there was a whole movie talking about him coming back to Earth and all that shit.
But you don't see him you don't see the spaceship, that little craft he was in, like re-enter. You just see it. They capture it. They find it like floating down to Earth. Or floating down to the water.
Right.
It's like after re-entry.
What was Hidden Figures about Apollo? What was it about? Which one was it about? Now I'm second guessing it because now it's like see, Karen, you do this, then you make me question like everything.
Moon landing, I am with you, skeptic people, because there's a whole fucking community of skeptics out there about the moon landing thing, and I I didn't really know how far the moon. I knew the moon was a fucking long way away from, but I didn't realize how far it was, and how little we've traveled since into outer space or into space since the 1960s.
Well, they have no need to go to the.
Why not?
To the moon again.
Maybe you can discover more things about the moon if you keep on going there. Why not? Just what 12 times is good enough, or whatever the fuck it was. How many times was it? Like 6 times, Rock?
Oh yeah, no. That movie was about the Mercury Atlas.
You're telling me logically that going to the moon 6 times for like a couple days, weekly trips or whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me that's enough?
Yeah.
To figure out what an entire planet's about.
Twice. All you need to do is twice.
So you're telling me
it's
logically
like taking a trip somewhere. You only need to go there twice to know what the place is all about.
The Grand Canyon. You go there once, you've seen it, you're done.
Exactly.
Like I've been to New York City probably 10,000 times in my lifetime.
Well,
and I still haven't seen every part of it.
There's a lot of bars, that's why,
I know, I get distracted. But I still haven't seen all the city. You're telling me fucking couple trips to the fucking moon is fine for the human race. We don't need to go back. Come on.
Well, it's really expensive.
I think people with this moon landing thing, I don't think they're looking at the simple facts. The simple fucking the simple facts in there. 239,000 miles.
How far is Mars?
And we haven't been there. Mars is a fucking like cajillion.
That's where Musk wants to go.
Yeah, it will take like 77 years to get there. If you're doing like fucking goddamn, I don't know, like 60,000 miles an hour, still takes 77 years to get there. Like, I don't think we're getting there. It'll take a lifetime. A whole lifetime will be spent.
It took them 3 days to get there? That's what it's saying.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It did.
The whole mission duration was 8 days, 3 hours, 18 minutes, and 35 seconds. So they spent 3 days going there, almost a full day staying there, and then 3 days or so to get back.
It's got to be longer to get back, don't you think?
Or maybe 4 days, fine. Yeah, because...
Yeah, I mean, they got to be going a lot slower coming back from the moon than they were.
Well, right, yeah. So if it's 3 days coming, maybe 4 days coming back.
I don't know what the jet stream.
Yeah, right. What's the jet stream like?
Jet stream factor, you know. I don't know, people.
You're not buying it, huh?
I don't think we went to the moon. It just doesn't fucking add up to me.
But I feel like once you do it twice, because there's nothing there. There's no life on the moon. Why would you go? Why would you waste so much money to go back to the moon if there's nothing there?
I don't know. Put a fucking satellite on it. Do something.
What do you mean just do something?
Do something.
They put a flag on it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all you
They
need.
should put a fag on it. Put a fag on it.
Kieran.
Call it faggot moon.
All right.
That's stupid.
It's terrible.
Not.
You going
They put a flag, or they put a flag? Isn't it? There's something about the flag too. Like, why does it have ripples in it? Yeah, something's weird about the flag.
Yeah, but that's just conspiracy theory. I don't know. I'm going back to thinking that really happened. I feel like,
come on.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that they really did it, and
they really did it.
They really did it.
How do you know?
Because the only thing you got working for is like, well, why didn't they go back? It's because they didn't go back because there's nothing there. It's just a fucking desert, and it's really expensive.
There's no point to going back.
Yeah.
They just want to go to space and drop off satellites and shit.
Right.
Which is what you're talking about, like, what, 200? What'd you say? How many miles?
254 miles.
That's as far as they need to go at this point.
Right.
You know?
To do, a satellite.
They don't
satellite.
Well, right, because they need to have, like, as much data, communication as they can with these satellites.
Russia went to the moon, right?
All right, here's the other thing about the Voyager. Ooh. The Voyager traveled for a decade. A decade.
Right.
Okay.
You're telling me that these motherfuckers got to the moon in 3 days.
But it's like a satellite. It's just floating out there.
Yeah.
I know, but after the rocket stops and it departs, it's in the lunar module. It's just the guys in the lunar module. I gotta imagine their speed slowed down. Right?
No, because there's no gravity. I don't know the exact math behind the physics, but because there's so little gravity, you could maintain that. There's no friction. There's no opposite force, so you can maintain that speed indefinitely.
Shot the fucking Voyager up with a rocket too. They didn't just fucking be like, okay, release like a fucking air balloon.
Can we get Neil deGrasse Tyson to call in the show, please?
Wait,
no, because
I'm confused. What's your thing with the Voyager? I don't understand.
They shot the Voyager up into outer space on a rocket.
Right.
So it would have that when the rocket, disattached from the Voyager would still be going at that speed.
Yeah, but it has its own little propulsion system on it.
How do you know? Did you build it?
Oh my god!
It works the same fucking thing.
How
It works.
do you know?
But it works the same way as the lunar module.
Their propulsion system. Oh my god! All right, so you think there's like nothing on it? It's just floating.
Well, no, I'm saying like the Voyager traveled with the same type of theory that the lunar module did. Like you just said.
Hydrazine thrusters. I'm looking at a schematic right now of it.
Too many syllables.
It was like a hot
too many
air,
syllables.
it was like a hot air balloon.
We're entering too many syllable talk right now. Aaron's gonna get lost.
Yeah, hydrazine. Let me look up the hydrazine thrusters. Hydrazine thrusters.
Hashtag Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I'm telling you, we didn't go to the moon. I'm fucking on this.
All right, so Electrothermal augmentation of chemical rockets was the first form of electric propulsion applied in space vehicles. In its original implementation, resistojets were used to improve the performance of regular hydrazine, N2H4 thrusters in geostationary satellites. The motivation for this important application is relevant to the development of electronic propulsion and will be discussed in detail in this lecture. There's a whole PDF.
You sound like, what's his name? The guy from ESPN.
Oh yeah, Michael.
No, the other guy.
Jamil Michael.
Shannon Sharp. Everything you said sounded like Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, so it's for monopropellant rockets that depend on a chemical reaction. That power for the propulsive reaction and resultant thrust is provided by chemical itself. So it's they have thrusters on them.
Of course they do.
Okay, yeah, fucking what the fuck?
So everything you just said was completely null and void.
Okay, but still, that fucking Voyager.
38 seconds on the old Wikipedia.
That Voyager traveled for a decade to get to where it was going. Clearly, it was going a lot further than the fucking moon, but you're telling me that fucking goddamn humans inside a fucking space capsule made it to the moon in 3 days?
I guess so.
That's where they wanted to go.
They got there. And then they're like, you know what? This is a fucking desert. We're out of here.
Yet the Voyager traveled for a decade to get where it needed to go.
The only objective...
It took it a year.
There's a big difference because it's collecting information along the way. They're not trying to just beam it there. They're probably trying to collect as much information along the way.
On a time schedule, Rocket. It had to be there. It was on this slingshot.
It's not like the 1020 from Babylon. You know, it's not like, you know, it's like...
It was express trip.
Yeah.
Stops.
The difference between a satellite and a get to the moon trip.
All right, so gun to head.
I don't understand.
Gun to head.
Yes.
We landed on the moon in the 1960s.
Yeah, 1969. Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Why not? Why didn't we?
Because we were just trying to beat out the goddamn Russians and look the best, but we didn't make it. I think it's bullshit. I'm skeptical.
Are we still doing the football segment?
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't find it anymore. Ooh, I like the space music though.
Yeah, that was
so are they all dead now? Is everyone from the Apollo all dead? Is that true?
Hey, there was
this guy here is dead.
We'll take him
across the month then.
One of the cats that went to the moon was at Delta Airlines, and they missed a flight because he was bitching at Delta because of it.
Who's that?
I don't remember which one.
I love
dude. What the fuck? I'm supposed to remember everything.
Yeah, you're supposed to remember everything.
One of these fucking guys.
One of these fucking guys.
These fucking guys. Look at this fucking guy. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got, Rock. I don't know. I honestly thought that that moon shit would be you would jump on board and go, you know what? I think you're right.
Well, you had me going for a little bit, and then all of a sudden I found this little thing called information, and then I realized, this isn't so crazy. This kind of makes sense.
How fast did the lunar module traveling then?
The lunar mod? What do you mean? Apollo 11?
Yeah, that how fast? If it's 239,000 miles. Oh, this is some fucking algebra shit right here. This is where I fucking tap out. 239,000 miles in 3 days. How fast is that fucker going?
I think I'm sure they have it like somewhere. I gotta look that up somehow.
Here's a little wrench into your argument.
Let's see.
Wait a minute. Carry the one.
Kieran's like,
carry the one, and I'm fucked.
Kieran's like, I'm winning this one.
Yeah, I'm winning.
Tell me how fast.
I'm gonna call up Mission Control tomorrow and go, you guys are bullshit.
They're closed down. There is no.
Fuck,
39, roughly a little under 40,000 kilometers an hour.
What is 40,000 kilometers an hour?
For the love.
I don't know what that is. I needed an MPH. I'm American.
Convert it.
Convert that shit.
Wait, Apollo 10 said, let's see, did Apollo 10 land? Was a fourth man. Apollo 10 was a fourth man mission.
Don't come back with ludicrous speed. I want fucking miles per hour.
They've
not
gone
ludicrous.
plaid. Let's see.
Comb the desert. We ain't found shit.
All day, every day. How do you do kilometers an hour? Oh, fuck. This is ridiculous. What's the speed?
People out there.
24.7, 20, let's just say a little under 25,000 miles per hour.
Impossible.
That's not right.
It really is ludicrous speed.
It is ludicrous speed. Surrounded by assholes.
Major asshole.
You know what? I'm on board with Kieran now.
Wow, see that? 2 against 1, Rock.
My Schwartz is bigger than yours. Pizza the Hut.
Oh no. I don't know, man. I feel like it's I don't know. People email us or share with us on Instagram whether or not you think we actually went to the 60s. I don't think we did. That 239,000 miles is that's just crazy. That's a crazy amount of distance, and then you're actually doing something that man has never done before that far away from the planet.
Wait a minute. They were going 25,000 miles an hour.
They're going 25,000 miles an hour.
They got there in like an hour and a half.
I don't think so.
Oh wait, then that can't make sense. Right? Because wait, no. How far? No, it's like 280. Yeah, it's like 290,000 miles
to get to the moon.
Yeah. How fast was Apollo 13? Apollo 11 spacecraft was 7 miles per second to break free of Earth's gravitational field. The speed is 32.4 times. Oh my God! What the fuck?
That's 400. Isn't that like 420 miles an hour?
I could just see Rock working in mission control during the next launch and going, "Oh, what the fuck." 200,000 miles, 239.25.
Let's see. How fast was Apollo 11 at liftoff? 1.5 feet per second. How fast was Apollo 11 in orbit? 4.6 miles per second. So it's going 4.6 miles per second.
And they add,
in orbit, yeah.
60 seconds, 60 times.
See, Kieran, you got to remember, once you leave the Earth's orbit, like there's no gravity. Things are a lot different out there.
I get that.
Do you though?
I get this.
But do you though?
There's no fucking traffic. I get it.
So
it's not the LAE at 6 o'clock on a Friday.
Yeah.
Rock, can you travel faster when you get into space then?
Yes, that's what we're saying. If you're doing in orbit, they're traveling approximately 4.6 miles per second.
Is there an HOV lane?
Is there easy pass tolls?
Man, this is a bad segment.
It's not.
It's just making us sound dumb.
Huh? I am dumb. I am dumb, but I'm skeptical.
All right.
Because I'm a dullard. And dullards can be skeptical.
A dotard.
I'm a dotard.
Rock would call it a dotard.
Dotard.
Football space match.
Cool teacher. When will then be now? Soon.
When will then be now?
Soon. So stupid. That movie's so good.
Mel Brooks is a fucking genius.
He really is. Yeah. It's so good.
He really. All right, so I fucking tried.
Yeah, it was a good try. I mean, I don't know. I can't really say for certain you are totally off base. There's no way I could prove. I can't sit here and give you without a shadow of a doubt proof.
Just knowing how propaganda is used in politics and worldly events and shit like that, you can think that maybe they tried to fake something.
It was a Hollywood
back
studio.
in those days because it wasn't 24-hour news. There wasn't no one was walking around with a computer in their pocket like we do nowadays.
It was black and white TV.
Right? They could fake it if they wanted to.
Black and white TV.
Black and white TVs.
Nobody had a video camera up there.
Come
Come on.
You know, it's. I mean, there's a reason why there's a community of people out there skeptical about it, because it's just like, you know, they could do it.
They can't fathom it.
As much as they could get to the moon and land a fucking spacecraft on it, is the equivalent to them faking it as well.
Sure, why not?
You know,
nice Hollywood studio. Make it look
right. Yeah. See, I got him there. See, that was a good one. Well, I just made a good fucking point. I just made a good fucking point. I just wanted to make a good point. End the show.
I don't know what we learned this week. This was fucking one for the books. Are we still doing the football segment? I really don't even know.
No.
What's the score, Rock?
Is
the Eagles won. I didn't even. I shut the game off. They won.
Yeah, no, it's over.
43-7.
So the drought continues. There's no ever a home field advantage for a Super Bowl team.
Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles and the Foxborough Patriots.
So what is it? What was that? This is a repeat of, like, what year was that? 2005 Super Bowl?
Oh, the one in Jacksonville.
Right?
The one where no, the one where the guy puked.
What year was that? 2006? No, 2006.
I don't. All right. I don't have an hour for you to find it right.
Who's gonna think? What do you got?
I don't
Huh?
have an hour for you.
I think I say the Patriots win.
Yeah,
but
that's a safe bet.
Win.
Oh yeah, here it is. It was Super Bowl 2005 in Jacksonville. You are right, Karen.
Yep.
2005.
Okay, well there you go.
Let's end the show.
Donations, log on our website, lunaticradio.com. Click the donation button if you want to send a donation. Follow us on Twitter at Lunatic Radio, on Instagram at Lunatic Radio. Any last words from Leroy Jenkins?
Check out iTunes. They get the podcast there. That's a good way to listen to the show.
Yes. Subscribe to us on YouTube and iTunes and all the places that you get your podcasts. Rock, anything for you?
I'm a Mog. I'm my own best friend.
All right, dicks. We're out of here. Peace.
Later.
Well, that was something.
Oh, I really want to say we've gone from suck to blow.
Damn it.
That would have been the better one.
Oh, that would have been better.
Yeah.
God damn.
You should have had some Spaceballs shit queued up.
We used to.
Well, we're just kind of winging it on the show.
Gone from suck to blow.